These people were not just business owners. They were our friends. They are our friends. They are our neighbors. I started saying, wait a minute, when I saw the empty streets in my city and the isolation that people were feeling. I asked myself, if safety requires us to forfeit the parts of our lives that matter the very most, then what are we accomplishing?
Right. Yes.
I started following the data. I became councilwoman with a calculator. And I verified what I was hearing. I didn't just accept it. And I started doing some really simple math. My 5th grade math teacher would be so proud of me. They would tell us how many people were cases and in the hospital. And I started asking the question, well, how many people are a case and not in the hospital?
Yeah.
And I used my calculator in my 5th grade math skills, and I found out that where I live, and I'm sure this number is very similar to the numbers where you live, 98.94% today who have coronavirus are not in the hospital. They are home and they are we wish them all so much good health and a recovery. It doesn't mean that we lack empathy. I looked at the number of deaths that were happening, and again, we don't want anyone to die ever, for sure. But rather than looking at the number of people who were dying, I asked the question, how many people with coronavirus are surviving? It's 99.24% where I live today. That's the number. Coronavirus is not a death sentence. However, it is turning into a death sentence for our local businesses. So I decided that my position would need to change from potholes and parks and city budgets, and I needed to become an ambassador of hope for our local businesses and for my community.
Thank you.
Because fear has enough spokespeople. Am I right?
Yes.
There are enough people speaking the language of fear right now.
Yeah. Except you get punched
I
out.
watched the press conferences and I wondered
Well, you got
why
punched back.
are they not telling people to get their comorbidities under control? Why are we not speaking to people about vitamins and their blood sugar? If this was truly about health, why are we offering one solution?
Right.
You don't wear an immune system on your face. I'm going to repeat that because it's really important. Vitamin D, vitamin C, and zinc. Is that
Absolutely.
Why aren't we hearing that? Fresh air and sunshine, yes. So I also started noticing that we added a new branch of government. We all know that we have 3 branches, right? Or we did. Before 2020, we did. We had an executive branch, and they enforce our laws. We had a legislative branch.
Which one?
They're in there creating our laws. They're supposed to be anyway. And we have a judicial branch, and they decide, are these laws constitutional? But 2020 gave us a whole new branch of government. And it's called the Health Department government.
Thank you.
We do not allow any of that. Yet they're making all of these laws and not laws. They're making all of these mandates that all of these businesses are expected to live under.
See your science?
I watched as the businesses reopened with mandates. Many of these mandates so strict and severe that they weren't able to stay afloat. Just this week in my city,
Absolutely.
we lost
You're teaching them right, huh?
They could not become profitable. They could not stay afloat with the governor's current mandates. Even without a shutdown, we lost that business. And unfortunately, I fear that we're going to lose a lot more. Others are limping, and they're scared for their future. I was at my son's baseball game when a bar owner named Margaret came up to me and said, Lisa, are you on city council? I need your help. My bar has to close like all other bars at 10 p.m., but I have a late night liquor license, and the focus of my business was always the later crowd. They would come after they finished their second shift positions. Can you help me? And I thought, here we go. I'm going to help Margaret.
What do you have?
So I went to
Now
our
from one of
city.
the
We
groups
had
that's
hundreds of
represented
thousands of dollars
Okay,
of CARES Act.
thank
Give
you.
you a little information. Some
She didn't
ideas.
qualify for barely
Thanks.
anything.
Thank you.
Because she paid her mortgage with a loan during the shutdown. Now she can't pay her loan or her mortgage, but because she wasn't in arrears, we couldn't use CARES Act dollars to help her. And I was told we can't help everyone.
Yeah, nice
And
signs,
my friends
huh?
that lit a little spark.
Amen.
Those are really
love that
nice.
one.
Side of me
Yes,
that said,
me
"Oh,
too.
no." So I'm here for Margaret. I'm shaking on the inside, but I'm here for Margaret and all the people out there
love
like
that.
Margaret
Thank you,
who
guys.
need someone with a microphone, and I happen to get that privilege because of my position. And I'm going to use it to speak for Margaret and all of the bar, restaurant, and gym owners like Margaret who need someone with a microphone to speak.